Let's talk about Tkinter check buttons. So, Tkinter check buttons allow you to use something like a checkbox. In fact, you could call them checkboxes itself. So, to take a look at Tkinter checkboxes, let's create a new app, new file. Let's call this checks.py. We'll import Tkinter. Root is equal to tk.tk. Let's just keep the same data. Let's keep this root.main loop, and we'll have to have our variable for the check button, and this is to check if it is selected or not. So we'll call this selected one, and we'll call this tk.intvar our parent root. Then here we'll have to have our check button. So we'll have to say check one is equal to tk.check button. As you can see, we have a widget root, then our variable, which will be selected one. Our on value should be 1, and our off value should be 0. Should be 0. And then our text, let's take this as check me, an exclamation mark, check one dot back. See if this works. As you can see here, we have a check button. You can say check me, you can select and deselect it. Pretty cool. On Mac OS this will look a little different, don't worry. This is the native Windows TCL check button. So we need to find the value inside it, right? So now we'll actually add a command to this one, which we haven't done before. Command is lambda, since we're going to be using parenthesis. Lambda, we'll call this print, then our selected one dot get. It's an integer, as you can see. It returns only an integer. Run this. If I click on it, get 1 0 1 0. I can even click on the text, and that selects and deselects it, and every time it changes I get the value inside it. It's a check button. Now here is a challenge. Why don't you try and make a to-do app, and then in the end you'd have a button after everything that needs to be selected is selected. You have a button in the end, and that button reads all the data in these checkboxes, and then it saves all the data in a text file. That's your challenge before moving over to the next video. You can also use the font and other options. You do have an image for this as well. You have images for labels, you have images for buttons. For several widgets you have images, and that's what we're going to be discussing about in the next video. Tkinter photo image.